Thanks, Jake, for joining me. I've got a few questions to ask you. So the first one is, why is meat-free an exciting category to be involved with?
So I think for me, what makes the meat-free category an exciting category to be involved in is plainly and simply, it feels like it's the future. So if you look at the way that consumers' consumption habits are changing, the media that our consumers are consuming, there's a huge amount of noise out there in the category at the moment around what the benefits are of moving to a plant-based diet. So for me, I think it's a really exciting time, and that's just from an industry-led perspective. If you look at what's happening at the retailer side of things, governmental side of things, I think the landscape's going to be changing and shifting so much over the coming years and months. And for me, being at the front end of that and working with a brand like Gosh, which is has a real opinion in this space, I think it's going to be a really exciting space to be.
Exactly. And how do you see meat-free being good for the consumers and the planet?
I mean, from a planetary point of view, when you think about sustainability, I think consuming more plants, consuming more from a plant-based diet, I think is hugely beneficial when you consider the potential cost to the planet of beef, chicken, and other meats. So I think from a planetary perspective, it's excuse the pun, our hens are coming home to roost. And for me, consumers are really starting to see that, and that's starting to affect what they're buying and why they're buying.
Exactly. And what key points do you want to communicate with our audience today?
For me, as part of Gosh Foods, what I wanted to get across was our focus on veg and leading the plant-based category with plants. What we've seen from the category and from the data that we collate is that there is a really long tail of meat alternatives, and there's a real opportunity to drive consumers into consuming plants. I've made the point in the panel discussion I was part of earlier that consumers are walking through the fresh produce aisle and seeing vibrant colours, shapes, and textures and flavours of plants, and then walking to a category where that's not reflected. And a big part of me being here is we've just launched our category vision and starting to talk to some potential customers and retailers here, wanting to share that with them and what our vision for growth in this category is. So, yeah, really key for us to get that message across.
Right. And how has your experience been so far at the Meat Free Strategies Conference?
Really good, yeah. I mean, a great experience, great to be with like-minded people, great to be with people with the same focus. I think there's no kind of industry protectivism here. People are very open, been very chatty and really up for networking and sharing stories and experiences for how we can all kind of grow and benefit. So yeah, been really positive and really enjoyed it.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us and answering our questions.
No problem, thank you.
Thank you.